My question was, who in God's name is robbing KFC? There cannot be any money here. We are being imprisoned in the walls of our homes and communities from the fear of the outside world. Welcome to Busy Brain Club, where thinking is free and we should do more of it. In this video, we're going to talk about the illusion of safety in this society. Now, what do I mean by illusion? Well, to better understand this, one has to have two trains of thoughts when observing things. It's like looking at two sides of the same coin or both sides of a mathematical equation. Most people spend their lives thinking one-sided, and so they always miss the bigger picture. They end up only addressing symptoms to a problem, and then what happens is the problem persists and it usually gets worse. To better illustrate my points when it comes to safety, I'm going to tell you a story. When I was younger, I traveled to the United States visiting family and friends, but specifically I was with my uncle for a period of time. He was a courier in New York, and he would take me sometimes to work with him, picking up and delivering packages as a courier. Now, back then there was no GPS really. We had physical maps, so we'd look for the addresses in the table and then we'll find the routes and I'll help him navigate, looking at the signs and so forth. It was a simpler time back then. But as a kid, it was also fun because I got to see different places. We even got to do a delivery at the World Trade Center before 9/11. On one of his drop-offs, we were headed to the Bronx, I believe, and we were in a specific neighborhood. I don't really remember the name of it, but there was something very different about that neighborhood, and that it was different from every other place that I've ever been. Now, bear this in mind, I'm just still a kid, but this was the observation I had. There was garbage everywhere. I remember seeing a plastic bag blow across the street, and I know that might sound simple, but it was just odd to me. My perspective of all the places I've been, including Long Island and so forth, I've never seen piles of garbage. I've always seen the United States as a very clean place. Now, right away when I saw that, I'm like, I must be in a poor community. Now, don't judge me, I was just a kid. Anyways, there was a local KFC and we were getting hungry, so we went over there to grab something to eat. On entering the KFC, I couldn't believe what I saw. There was this thick, maybe 3-inch thick bulletproof glass between me and the cashier, and it was wall to wall. And this was my very first experience seeing bulletproof glass in person. That was it, but it was totally sealed. The lobby area and the cook area was completely separate by this thick bulletproof glass. Back then, when I'm thinking about bulletproof glass, I've only ever seen it in the movies, maybe an armored car or a bank. This is my first time experiencing bulletproof glass installed in a fast food restaurant. My question was, who in God's name is robbing KFC? There cannot be any money here. After, I was kind of shocked and all of that wore off, I started to make these observations. And this is still me as a kid. I thought to myself, that person, boy, she sure has an attitude. And I'm speaking about the girl as the cashier. And I'm like, she must feel very safe on the other side of that glass. No bullets can penetrate. Maybe I'll be able to hurt her feelings, but that's as far as it goes. Then the next question that popped in my head is, what kind of area am I in that you would require bulletproof glass at a KFC? Okay, so that is the example from my past. Now let's look at society in general. Do you feel safe? Do you feel secure? Tell me about the access codes to your residence. Does that make you feel safe? What does that tell you about the outside world? Tell me about the police officers that's patrolling your community. Tell me about the license plate reader that is fixed at the entrance of your community. Does that make you feel safe? Try visiting a school. You gotta hit the button, show your ID before they'll even let you in the gate, before you could even get into the building. Yes, it's for the safety of the kids, but what does that tell you about your society? What does that tell you about the environment? I'm from Jamaica, and I could tell you my high school security guard was this old man sitting on this old office chair. And the most he would do is cuss us out for not getting to school early. I'm pretty sure he had a weapon, maybe a knife or a cutlass, but he's probably squared away next to a wall or something. But there was no police presence. Why? Because it wasn't necessary. So when I observe these cameras being installed, everyone has a Ring doorbell, it's telling me the society requires more security measures. You need more surveillance. It's an indication that your society is growing unsafe. Don't be surprised when your front desk security is required to be armed to the teeth. Your gated community now has pump action shotguns ready. Rest assured they will dress well. They'll be in suits and ties and it'll make you feel good, but they'll be armed to the teeth. In order to live in a comfortable society, you have to further give up some of your rights. As it progresses to be more unsafe, the natural thing is to increase surveillance and restrict your freedoms. It's there to protect you from the increasing perpetrators of violent crimes and robberies. You'll gladly give up your privacy. You'll gladly allow 24-hour surveillance for that peace of mind. And somehow you feel more secure. It's an illusion of safety and security. What's better than 100 police officers? 200 police officers. What's better than one security at the gate? 2 at the gate armed to the teeth and 1 patrolling the neighborhood. You only have to observe these things and extrapolate towards the future. You cannot tell me it's leading to a point where society is more safe. We are being imprisoned in the walls of our homes and communities from the fear of the outside world. Cameras in gated communities, excess security. The solution is simple but counterintuitive. Bring about abundance in your society. Everything is either free or damn near free. So this begs the question, how would you make money if you're trying to make things free? You can't, and that's the point. Our capitalist world is designed for profit. No matter how fast we innovate towards making things faster, better, or cheaper, corporations in every industry holds us at ransom by the profit motive. We don't argue over air we breathe because air is abundant and free. Economics is a function of scarcity, and scarcity creates the conditions for crime in any society. Let me know if you think I'm crazy. Did I do too much thinking this time? Do you believe society is on the decline? Do you feel safe in your neighborhood with all that excess security? Let me know what you think in the comments. If you've made it this far, thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.